Good evening. This is Noreen Sumter from Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way. It is Tuesday, and today, as you all know, is my favorite time of the week. Because why? I get to have my show and I get to be with you. So good evening. So today was a busy day, and I had my lunch and learn in the city, which was at one of the most beautiful interior design for offices that I've ever seen, just really gorgeous. And we had a nice turnout. We talked about the gig economy. And Sunday, I didn't do really much over the weekend, just went for a really nice long walk in Brooklyn and walked down by the Navy Yard. Oh my God, what a world.
Yeah.
It is no longer that dumpy place with all those decrepitated Navy buildings. It is now, I mean, they've got like Russ and Daughters over there. They've got all these like really nice little boutique things. And I think there's like some kind of production places over there. Mm-hmm. I went to the Naval Museum and bought myself a really great key ring that somebody had handmade, $9, and it's like brass. Did that, probably came from an old anchor because it is an anchor. And then I walked around Brooklyn, down by Dumbo, went to some galleries, went to the Brooklyn Flea. There's some nice galleries over there. Went to the Brooklyn Flea, got caught up in a wedding. These people were getting married, and they did it like Mardi Gras. The next minute, I know they're giving me this shaker thing.
And you're running with it.
I'm running with them in their wedding. It was really great. Maybe that means I'm going to be married soon. Ooh. Well, that's a perfect segue for what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the royal wedding. Everybody's talking about it, so I figured why not join the crowd for a change, you know? Can't always march to your own beat. And so tonight I have Ella Butler. She's been on the show before. She's from Compass, and she's also the founder of Remix, and she's also a royal geek. Oh. And she doesn't like that word, but she said it to me, so you know I'm using it, right?
Yeah,
so,
as in I watched it, but I do think it's ridiculous.
Ella,
at the same time.
You watched it, but you didn't watch it like a normal person, like from bed or on the couch. You were wearing a hat. You were dressed.
I did. I woke up. I did. It's embarrassing though. It's one of these, you know, I like it, but it's embarrassing. So, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, she was dressed up in a hat. She sent me the pictures of you in the hat and everything.
Did.
Come on. But you're not the only one, because I know a lot of people that they said they got up, got dressed, and some people got up, got dressed, or were in their pajamas, but they were drinking tea while they were watching the royal wedding. What did you think of it?
I liked it. It's like it's a TV show, right? It's like it's, you know, pageantry. And I mean, I was a little girl when Princess Diana got married. Right. So I always say it kind of scrambled my brain, you know, and that's when I first got into royal weddings. I was like, people get to drive around in carriages and, you know,
it's like something, it's definitely like fairy tale.
It is. It's a real life fairy tale.
Yeah, it's like Disney.
So, yeah. It was cool. I liked it.
So a lot of people have been talking about the wedding, and I didn't watch it live. I did watch it on YouTube, and I went into Instagram, because you know that you can get your news that way, right? So I went into the Instagram, I went into YouTube, pulled down stuff, and I did spend quite a while studying the wedding and stuff. And one of the things that they saw him mouth, I'm shitting it.
No, he did not say that.
What did he say? He didn't say
he turned to her?
No. When he was with his brother.
Oh, I think he said, "Is she here yet?"
Oh, I thought they said he was shitting in his pants or something.
No, he was like, "Is she here yet?" And I think that William then said, "I don't know."
Oh, because because the whole thing that's going around the internet is saying that he said that I'm shitting it.
No,
like you know, because shitting it is like I'm scared.
Right.
I'm like
they didn't seem scared at all. They were totally into it,
and he was crying. Right. He was so moved by her beauty.
Yeah, I mean, I think for, like, what do we know, right? But from my powers of, interpretation and whatever, yeah, I think they're really in love. I think it's like, I mean, they have a ton of chemistry, yeah.
Who is it? Somebody was saying to me, I don't remember who it was. They said, "Do you think they're having lots of sex?"
Oh God, yes, I've said that. My girlfriend and I turned to her and I'm like, "Can you imagine the sex that they're having?" And she starts cracking up. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's the case.
They're doing it a lot, right?
Tons.
Because they're still, because what, they've been going together for a year and a half based upon the Netflix the documentary that I watched, right?
Right. Well, 2 years now, because they got engaged a year in, so about
more
2
than
years.
I do.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
about 2
honestly,
years.
if I wasn't talking to a woman the night before, that wedding would have passed me by.
Right.
Because one, I don't watch television, right? I only watch like Amazon and Netflix, so I kind of miss out on that stuff. And I knew they were getting married this month, but I had no idea when.
Right.
And so, she said to me she was going to get up at 7 or something like that and watch the wedding. I said, "Are they getting married? Is it already?" Yeah, but you know what? What I love was the fact that their first date was in a tent
in Botswana.
In Botswana, right? And I'm thinking, oh wow, that must have been really difficult, because in my brain I'm thinking tent, 4 pegs and a triangle, like a tent, like normal people.
No, it's glamping. It's not camping. It's glamping.
And I couldn't see the glamorous side of it, and I was thinking, wow, they're in a tent. I'm thinking mud and not bathing for 6 days, and then I was like, oh no, I forget, it's the royal.
Yeah.
So they probably had an enormous tent. They probably had hot water.
Oh, totally.
They probably had like
people making food and serving and stuff like that.
So all they had to do was spend time together. It wasn't like he had to rub sticks together or do flint.
Right. Who wouldn't fall in love? My God, I'd fall deep in love with anybody I'm doing that with.
Right. So they spent 6 days together, and then they have to like coordinate their schedules.
Right. Which of course makes it very hot when you can't see each. I mean, it's a recipe for falling deep in lust and love with someone, where you can't see each other all the time. It's undercover, right? You have to squeeze out time to see each other. I mean, yeah, it's hot all the way around.
So it's hot all the way around, but it's also luxurious.
But luxurious, yes.
Right? Because I'm sure he didn't get in a little Pinto. He has to sort of drive up to meet her. No, It's like Saturday or Friday or whenever day some plane, she gets to the airport, she jumps in a plane, she goes off and she meets with him, and she's in London in a couple of hours or a few hours, or he's in New York in a few hours. So it's not like the average.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking so I remember during their talk when they got engaged, they gave a little interview, and Meghan was like, I'm really excited to work on our causes together. And, that's something that really drew us together. And she's going on and on and on. And I just find it interesting that now she's married and they have these jobs where they devote themselves to causes, which is wonderful. But it's not like I have a friend who's a Doctors Without Borders type of person. And her life is so frenetic. I mean, she's coming home, she's packing stuff, throwing stuff in a suitcase, going to like Uganda. There's nothing glamorous about it.
Right.
So that's the real deal. You know what I mean? They have this, it's wonderful, but it's not for real, like cause stuff.
One of their I feel like I'm becoming one of you geek people watching the royal families. Right. But today I saw where she had to go to some garden party.
Right.
That was for one of Prince Charles's causes.
That was his birthday, but
yes. It's his birthday?
Yeah. Well, it's in November, but they start celebrating and doing things early.
Right. And so I was like, look how she's dressed.
Too much Daily Mail, people. Anyway.
This is an event that they have to go to. They have to go and meet with people and chat it up.
Right.
And then there was one situation where they were who's Ian Lamb or Liam somebody or another. I wrote it down. I can't remember. But he's some singer. I can't remember the song. It's gone right in my head. It's a real popular song.
Oh, Payne. Liam Payne?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were at he was performing at one of the events that he went to, and she was like, she's a fangirl, right?
Right.
She's like interested. And I just learned that word actually, fangirl, fanboy, right?
Like a fan of somebody?
Like a fan of somebody. I'm like, why do you have to add the girl to it? What's that about?
Right.
So she was like nodding and, going to the beat and everything. And he gives her like a side look. and then she giggles, and you can see like she hasn't learned the protocol of royalty yet, because I'm sure if she was a royal member and she'd been raised this way, the giggle would have been swallowed in on the inside. It wouldn't. So she giggled and her whole head went with it. And he turns and looks at the side, and you can see he wants to giggle too, but he knows the protocol, so he purses his lips.
And this was recently?
Yeah,
when
this
she was engaged and stuff?
This is recently. So I don't know. Where are they going on honeymoon?
Probably they say Botswana, which is where they fell in love. Yeah, and the royal family tends to vacation a lot in Africa. So I guess Botswana. But they're not going yet because they're going to work for, I guess, a few weeks and then go on honeymoon. But their life is one giant honeymoon. I mean, they don't.
Think, though?
You know, okay, yes, they do a lot of. I mean, their whole life is one big ribbon cutting ceremony. But think about it. They don't have to actually go out and make a life, right? Like the rest of us. Like it's just kind of given to them. I mean, it's just a big honeymoon. They vacation constantly. Even when they're working, it's kind of a vacation. You know, I mean, okay, you're going to a Commonwealth country to cut a cake. That's kind of a vacation. You know, it's not like real work like the rest of us. So I think they're going to be really happy for a long time because they're high on being themselves, having fun. That's what I think. Until what?
Do you think she'll have to get knocked up in a year or so?
Well, I mean, she is 36, and
he's 33.
She's going to be 37 soon. So I guess she is, I mean, I think you can wait a year. I mean, but at the same time, she should probably start. I'll have all my friends are like, oh my God, she's going to start. Otherwise she's going to have to do IVF. It's so hard. So I guess she's going to start so that she doesn't hit any roadblocks. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. But yeah, she's going to have to get those
eggs,
ovaries and eggs ready.
Do you think she'll store them?
No, I think she's ready to have a baby. She's diving into this royal life head first, honey. She's ready to go. Today she was wearing pantyhose, for God's sake.
She wasn't?
She was, which is a part of royal protocol.
Oh, you have to wear pantyhose?
Yes, they wear hose. And so she had her grandma hose on. Yeah, she's into it.
Were they thick hose?
Yes,
or were they fine, like 10 denier or 9
No,
denier?
they were the hose that grandma wears. Yeah, she was into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So,
That just sounds weird. So, if you are a bare-legged lady, you are not becoming a part of the royal family?
I don't think it's done. Maybe when the young royals are, together alone, they can do it. But when you're with the older royals, you definitely need to have your hose. So
you have to cover your legs.
Right. And today was the first day, I guess, they started to, which sounds ridiculous when I say it, but started to curtsy to her and call her ma'am and,
Oh,
Duchess.
That must have been a giggle. I would giggle. The first time you see somebody curtsy,
it's funny.
I would be like, what the?
Right.
I mean, get up, you fool. Oh, sorry. I'm royal now.
Right.
It's like, it must be like a dream. All of a sudden you go from just being a commoner.
Right.
To you're now a member of the royal family.
Right.
And you have to now live the royal life.
Yes, it's very, very strange. I wonder how she's going to adjust. Like I said, I think for a couple of years, they'll be high off of just being themselves and this is fun. But then maybe in 5 years when, you get used to it.
You're giving him 5 already?
Yeah. No, not divorce.
No, I'm not talking about that.
No, but maybe at that point you're like, okay, it's not that great. It has its pitfalls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a break.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network. Are you stuck in a rut? Negative thoughts, feelings, and conversations got you down? Hi, I'm Noreen Sumter, the Potentiator. Tune in every Tuesday at 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time and listen for new ideas on my show, Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way, on talkradio.nyc.
Who do you want to connect with?
Are you an entrepreneur or intrapreneur looking to build your following?
Welcome to our show.
Follow Me Friday with Joan
and Priya.
Tune in every Friday at noon Eastern
on talkradio.nyc.
We're your digital connectors.
Woo woo!
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
Hi, this is Noreen Sumter back, and we are on Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way, and we're talking about the royal wedding and all things royal, and even some things that are not royal, but all things royal tonight, I guess.
All things royal.
So I was at the break. I was saying that I wondered. Well, I saw this post on Facebook, and it had Meghan Markle with her natural curly hair,
right?
And somebody has said, so the next day after the wedding, she's going to wake up and say, "How you like me now?"
She's going to be like, ta-da!
Britain, how you like me now? Curly hair, right?
I would, if she wore her hair natural, oh my gosh, I would love it. My toes would curl.
Right.
I would love it. Yeah, she should do it.
Do you think, I come on, she must be able to wear her hair.
She's not going to. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I don't think
so. That means
going
that thing is going to be fried, dyed, laid to the side for the rest of her complete and utter life.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So pretty much every morning she's going to wake up. What if she gets sweaty head? What if she's in menopause?
That's too bad. Too bad.
And the hair gets like, she wakes up in the morning, it's all frizzy at the roots.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, my God.
They go to the hairdresser like 3 times a week, I read. Because they have to always look, ready for any occasion. So
ready to be ready.
Yeah. So she'll
with
be
the
ready.
pantyhose, the straight hair,
the
curtsying.
Yes.
What else?
The more buttoned up look, like no more of that trendy sort of dressing.
No cleavage.
Like today, no cleavage. Well, maybe for the evening wear.
Evening
but
wear.
like today, her outfit was very, formal. Yeah, much older. It kind of ages them, honestly. But she's not. No more ripped jeans and hot shirts. That's done.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
Oh God. So it just seems. I mean, it seems great, but it also seems a lot of responsibility and shifting your whole being to fit into this society.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my best friend and I were talking, and she said. I said to her, so do you think she's going to be able to do this for the rest of her life? And she's like, yeah, it's a little soul crushing, but she's going to be into it. She's going to be a princess. And I was like, okay. So my best friend thinks it'll be soul crushing, but she'll deal with the soul crushingness of it because of the perks of being a princess. I don't know.
But what are the perks? I mean, I know there are perks, but really, what are the perks?
I guess the perks are you never have to worry about a
job.
real job again because the job is just kind of rolled out for you. What else? You have money, so you don't have to worry about. There's really no financial insecurity. You're kind of in some people's minds at the top of the food chain. So I mean, there's an ego boost with that, right? Yeah, I guess that's good.
But it just becomes normal after a certain time. I'm imagining.
I guess, yeah, but I don't know.
I guess if she wants to wear her hair curly,
But the
she's going to have to do it in her little boudoir room.
Yeah, like Princess Diana, because she was an aristocrat, right? So I think that, at the end of her life for a part of her life, she started to kind of rebel against the firm, as they call it, because her real personality was emerging and she, wanted to assert her independence. But that's because I think that for her, she didn't look up to them in the same way because she was an aristocrat, right? So she didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I need to be a part of you guys. She was a part of them, really.
Right.
For Meghan, she isn't. So maybe she's always going to be in audition mode, you see? Princess Diana didn't audition. She was like, the Spencers are apparently a very old line, even older than the Windsors. Right. So, like Meghan's going to be in audition mode for her entire life. That's what I think. Although I do think her and Harry are in love, but audition mode for the firm,
family.
right? For the family.
For the family. Wow. There's a lot. It's a lot. It just seems like a lot. That's why I'd never be a princess, because there's a lot.
Right. It is a lot. but your job is rolled out for you. That's good. That's some pressure taken out. And then you just kind of wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what? I want to do this cause. And someone's like, okay. And then, a day later, the cause is like all mapped out and you have an office and an assistant for the cause.
Yes, but there's probably causes already lined out in alignment with what she actually wants to do.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if she's going to be able to, because the royal family is not supposed to be political.
Right.
Right. So I don't know if she's going to be really able to talk about the things she would be really interested in. Like she describes herself as a feminist. I don't know if she can really get out there and, talk about the Me Too movement or whatever. She's not going to be loud and proud in the same way.
So she has to be submerged and quiet now.
Right. It's going to be a dial. Like, for instance, I know the royal family, Harry and William, are very into mental health as a cause. So they talk about it, but in very non-political terms.
Right.
They don't talk about funding for mental health. They talk about just, we need to, really think about people with mental health and give them support, very sort of generic
Do that
talking.
again.
We really need to help people with mental problems and give them support. Be there, talk, like that kind of thing.
Talk therapy.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't talk about like funding and, of this. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of I heard a lot of complaining about her dress. Right.
Right.
Tell me about, I thought the dress was great.
So did my sister, right? Now, if I would have just gone, I wouldn't have gone tacky lace, but I would have just gone princessy because I'd have been like, oh my God, I'm going to be a princess. Here I go. I would just
have been laced out.
Yeah, totally. My train would have been from Westminster Abbey to the center of London. Yeah. But
well, that train was pretty long. Was it? It was. Yeah, feet
I would have had doves flying out of my hair. Okay. But yeah, you know what? I didn't really like it. I didn't think it. I mean, everybody don't hate me. I didn't think it fit her very well. But that maybe because she kept losing weight. Because sometimes brides get all freaked out before their wedding. And
because I saw some pictures of her prior to the wedding, and they said that she lost 23 pounds or something.
Yeah, she went on that bridal diet.
Because she looked chubby. I mean, compared to what she looked like now, and by no means is she a chubby girl.
Right.
But compared to what she was to what she is
she
now,
looks leaner. Maybe
she looks leaner now, right? Finer boned,
yeah.
And before she looked heavier, right? So maybe they did the fitting when she was a little bit chubbier, and they when she got the dress, she had lost body weight, but she should have got. Who is it that did Oprah's dress overnight?
Oh,
Stella
McCartney? No. Yeah, it was Stella McCartney,
yeah.
Right.
So, I wouldn't say it looked baggy or anything like that.
I just thought it was a little boring.
It looked comfortable.
Right. But then, okay, so when she got out of the carriage or the car or whatever, I was like, oh my gosh, that's not what I expected. And I was not really liking it.
Wasn't it Givenchy?
It was Givenchy, but the creative director of Givenchy is an English woman.
Right.
So, because I knew they had to have that tie-in somewhere. And the first women artistic director of that sort of house, right? But then it kind of grew on me because I was like, okay, she doesn't need frills because she's so self-possessed and and then I got into it at the end. But what turned it around for me is the second dress she wore. I thought was fantastic. My God, I thought they looked amazing.
That's the dress that I have on my flyer. That is a beautiful.
They looked such a sexy couple. Like when you walked out with her holding her hand, I was like, that dress is hot.
That dress was nice.
So then I then felt the wedding dress more because I was like, okay, she was demure and sort of, plainish for the wedding, and then she kind of just was like, wow, for the second dress. So then I saw the whole plan there, and I thought it made sense.
So I saw a side by side with Lady Diana from the 80s, Middleton. Kate Middleton,
right?
What year did she get married?
Probably 7 years ago. So
right, and then I saw Meghan Markle.
Right.
Will she be called Meghan Markle still?
She's the Duchess of Sussex.
Okay, the
Duchess of Sussex, and the Countess of Dumbarton or something. Because they have to have 3 titles.
Countess of who?
Dumbarton. I don't know. You're British. You should know that. I don't know. No, because I guess when they are given titles at the wedding, they have to have a title for England, for the UK, Scotland, and Ireland and Wales.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I think the Earl of Dumbarton's probably in Scotland or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know that word. Okay,
Yeah.
so is that right? Is that a correct word? Our English translator over there, Dunbarton.
Oh yeah, you're.
Scotland.
It is okay. See,
What did you call it?
Dumbarton, right? Did I say it?
Dumbarton.
I know my stuff.
Barton.
See,
Okay, so they did a side by side of the three ladies, and so we had. Now you would have been more of a Diana.
no, I would not have been a Diana because I loved Diana because I was a little girl and I was like, oh my god, a princess. But her dress was a little crushy for me and too much. It was too much.
Her dress was.
I am like
enormous.
I'm like Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle. Her like style icon is Carolyn Bessette, and I
Right.
really loved Carolyn Bessette's gown. Very, very simple. So I would have done a combo of the simple, sheath on a bias dress with
Right.
a long train that I can, just take off.
Right.
But I like the sophisticated look.
Because Diane, when I looked at Diane's, it was sort of like Diane and then Kate, and then it looked like super expensive, overdone, middle of the road, and then she looked like the cheaper version. Not that
Meghan
it
Markle.
wasn't. No, I'm not saying it was cheap or anything like that, but it just looked like less fuss.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it could have used something. I don't know for me.
I liked
but
it
she's
though.
in
It was simple and clean.
Yeah, my sister was into it too.
I
know.
thought it was simple and clean, and it wasn't fussy.
No, but it could have been simple and clean and fussy with something. Like, maybe it was the cut that could have been a little bit more.
Then I looked at the flowers. Diana's flowers, hers was like a funeral wreath.
Yeah, they
right?
were huge.
It was huge.
Right.
And then you had Kate Middleton with the middle of the road.
Yeah,
type.
Kate Middleton was for me the best.
And then you had Meghan. Hers was a small little bouquet.
Right.
She's no fuss.
Well, she's a California girl. She's laid back, Hey.
Yeah. But
So.
everything was like big, medium. It was perfect. Actually, it's perfect.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, the second dress, I understood what she might have been doing.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
kind of like demure, and then wow,
Yeah. I really liked the after dress.
that dress was
They looked
incredible.
so good.
Yeah,
That
they
couple.
did.
They looked so.
They looked like they had just had like sex like 15 times, right? Yeah, they totally were having sex.
That's exactly what I was just about
Like,
to say.
yeah,
that.
I've been
They
sitting-
look like they had some really
Oh my god,
good.
it must have been
Let's
so
do it now
amazing.
since we're married.
Oh my god,
They had
It's like,
married
amazing.
sex.
I literally have been sitting around going, I wonder what they're doing now. Are they having sex? Yeah,
They probably did.
yeah, they did.
They probably had a little quickie before
Yeah.
they got out there,
I know.
energized.
Did you see in the service when she got up to the altar or whatever, and he was like, "You look amazing."
Yes,
and then
I
he
see.
bit his lip. He went like that, and I was like, "Oh, what does the biting of the lip mean? What does that mean?"
I got you now.
Translation.
No, that was a really nice wedding, and I like the fact that he was so free with his emotions.
Yeah, totally.
because he's kind of like a big rough and tumble kind of guy. Oh,
Yeah.
he's a big rough and tumble kind of guy. We're going to take a break.
I'm going to take a
It's
break.
time for a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Bye.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you into comics, movies, and pop culture at large? What about music and TV? Then you're in for a treat. This is Michael Dolce, your host on TalkingAlternative.com. I've been professionally writing comic books, screenplays, and music articles for almost 15 years. Catch my show, Secrets of the Sire, at its new primetime slot, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and get the inside scoop on the pop culture universe you love to talk about. For more info, go to secretsofthesire.com.
Are you feeling unhappy with your body, shape, or size? Ever feel out of control with food? I'm Elizabeth Tripp, your host of Nourish the Soul. Join me to uncover the root to these imbalances and discover a permanent solution to living a healthy life. Join us every Wednesday at my new time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
Talking Alternative Radio, 24 hours a day.
This is Noreen Sumter on Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way, and we're talking about the royal wedding. I am mashing it up with Ella Butler from Compass and founder of Remix.
Hello.
Hello. So you think they're going to have babies right away?
So yeah, I think they're gonna have babies, right? Because she's gonna be 37, and if they want to have like 2 or 3, and she doesn't want to be pregnant like her whole life, yeah, she should probably start and space it out.
Do stair steps like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I could see her having 3, and then like maybe so you have one at 38, then the next one at 40, and then the next one at 43.
Why don't you just do them like 38, 39, 40? Done.
I mean, that's exhausting.
Yeah, but what's she doing? Cutting ribbons.
That's true. This is true. But you need time to kind of bounce back and get, and then dive back in the pool.
On a fantastic bed.
Oh my gosh. She probably woke up the day after the royal wedding and was like, oh, I can relax. This is great. I don't have, you know what I mean? She's like totally into it. She's relaxed.
I don't think she had time to relax.
I mean, just because up until then, like she was like a struggling actress, like struggling for real for 10 years, and then she got the show Suits.
Yeah, because she said one of the things she said that she had a hard time getting auditions and winning spots because they said that she was either too light for some spots,
right,
and too dark for other spots,
right.
And then she got that Suits,
right, because she said that it wasn't written for a particular race. That's like the writer wrote it kind of open,
right?
So it was sort of perfect for her.
So. But never has to struggle again.
Do you
think that she just gave up that acting career like that?
Yeah. Don't even. She was like, I don't know if I'm going to give it up. She was like, yeah, she gave it up. She acted like she was thinking about it, I think, but she was really quick.
So you think the moment he said, I want to marry you, they've done their due diligence, she works, and she says, you're going to have to give up your acting career. It's like, do I need to think about it?
Yeah, no. I mean, let's put it this way. There was, during the interview that they gave when they were engaged, she said that, being from America, we don't really know much about the royal families. I didn't really know much. And I was like, really, lady?
But then now they found these pictures of her sitting on outside the palace.
Even if you're not into the royal family, you could be an anti-imperialist. You still know about them. Right. So when she said that didn't really ring true to me.
I mean, because even I'm not a royal watcher or a royal follower, but I know a little bit about them.
Right.
And, based upon this conversation, it seems like I know a lot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's been sort of like piped into my subconscious.
Yeah, it's piped in.
So, what was I going to say? So we talked about her. There was something I saw on internet, and they were talking about. Let me see if I can find it. They were talking about. Oh God, there was some. Oh, I want to talk about Miss Oprah. Right.
Oh, Oprah.
I love
talking
Oprah.
about Oprah.
Miss Oprah.
Okay.
So Oprah had a beige dress.
Right. I thought Oprah looked very Oprah. She really brought the Oprah.
She looks good. I mean, she's lost weight.
Yeah.
She looks great. She's got a nice waist. She's got some big
I didn't realize her boobs were so big.
They're huge.
Yeah.
And she's got like an hourglass figure.
She does. Yeah, she looks good.
I the way that she's always talked about, or they've always talked about her weight. I mean, I've been seeing pictures of her lately, and yes, she's lost some weight, but it's not a whole lot of weight.
Right.
Not like when she did back in the 80s when she caught
in
that meat.
Remember that? Yeah,
right,
she
that
was really
emaciated.
Skinny. Yeah.
Right? But I think that she looks fantastic. And she's got a nice waist. Mm-hmm. She's got nice hips. She's got great boobs. I just thought she looked great. And then she had that, hi. And then she had, what did you say? Oh, do you think she did it for the money? Hoffa, do I think she did it for the money?
I think I do think that they're in love. I don't know. It's hard to separate that. It's kind of like, yes, I'm sure when someone was like, I want to set you up with Harry, she's like, oh my God, a prince. I'll be there in like 2 minutes. But then when she got there, he is a hot guy. You see what I mean?
He's a hot redhead.
Right. So you're like, oh, this is perfect. I don't know if you can separate the two. It's not like she went for an old, ugly, rich guy and like she's marrying for the money, right? She got there and the guy was hot and they probably have great sex.
But what about like, so the money, right? Okay, you're going to marry for the money, but do you think
the status?
Yeah, I was going to say she married. Do you think she married for the lifestyle?
Yeah, I'm sure that goes in there. That adds. That's one of the things.
A lot of friggin' responsibilities.
It is.
Like you are not normal anymore,
right? I mean,
she
yeah,
can't
so they
just
say.
go down the street for a walk anymore. She can't say, you know what, I feel like some Haagen-Dazs. I'm just going to go to the corner store.
Right. But she can sit around Kensington Palace and just hang out, and someone can go get her Haagen-Dazs, and she can do stuff. They can do stuff.
She's not going to go shop at Costco's.
No, she can. Well, yeah, but who wants to go grocery shopping?
I'm not saying that you want to go grocery shopping.
I miss Costco
but
so
no,
much.
it's not but there's still a level of freedom.
Yeah, but
I mean, I know they have freedom. I mean, it sounds weird me saying that. I'm sure they do, but like with Secret Service men and this, that, and the other, that's how your life is now living. That must be difficult.
I could handle it. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle someone like critiquing my every move. That would probably freak me out too much.
Right, because every single move, if she gets one little kinky curl.
Right. I don't know. I'm interested to know if she's going to wear her hair natural. Come on, Megan. I think you should wear your hair natural.
I think she should do it.
I think she should cut a fro.
She should do it for the Vine.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she should cut a fro, but I think that she should have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, she should express all sides of herself. Freely.
Absolutely. Diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very happy that her mother kept her, she wasn't going to cut her dreads off, but kept her dreads and had her nose ring in.
Yes.
I loved that. She was like,
because the mother's a mother. She's not marrying the royals.
Right.
And
but you can imagine some people would have been like, oh, they don't do nose rings, so I'm going to take it out.
What do you think of the choir?
I liked the choir. I have to say, okay, so the preacher kind of freaked me out. I was like, my sister called when the preacher was on, and she's like, oh my God, he's freaking out. When she literally called me on the phone. So, he wasn't freaking out, but it was very much in the style of, an African-American church. Mm-hmm. I grew up Catholic and Anglican, so I'm used to that kind of sort of church.
Right.
So for me, that was sort of
I'm
crazy.
Anglican too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Anglican, but that's
Church of England, right?
Church of England.
So, but I thought the choir was great.
You did?
Yeah.
What about was that an American choir or was that
it was a British choir? Yeah, British gospel choir.
I don't know. I just thought it.
I didn't like the song. I didn't like the song.
Lean on Me.
Yeah, I didn't like Stand By Me because I think
of
the movie. I'm like, this is a song from a movie, people. So that
and it's been done to death.
Yeah, I thought it was. They could have. I liked the gospel idea, but I didn't like that song. I liked when they exited the church and you could hear the gospel choir singing "Amen, Amen" in the background. I thought,
but they didn't get funky like they would in America.
Well, like you wanted them to go like this.
I just wanted it to be more power. I just wanted more power to it. Like right. It seemed sort of Alka-Seltzer, like it wasn't fizzy enough for me. It wasn't.
I thought it was plenty fizzy.
No.
I liked the looks on the royal family's faces. That was, you got to go back and look at that. Like Princess Eugenie was like, I mean, she looked like
they don't emote.
It was amazing. They were totally in shock, and she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Somebody wrote on one of the when they were talking about the choir. They said, "It probably smelled like hair grease and cocoa butter."
You're so stupid.
I was like, it probably just smell like nice shea butter over there, right? Because those women put it together. They looked really good.
They looked gorgeous.
And Miss Oprah was dancing in the audience. And people were like stiff and dead. Did you see Elton John?
Yeah, Elton John looked kind of stiff, right?
He's a pop star, a rock star.
Well, probably because think about it. He's still British. So he's like, okay, people, this is an Anglican church. What's going on here? You know what I mean? He just wasn't used to this service in this church.
He was a little, he just didn't look very he just looks like he'd become stoic himself.
Right.
There was
maybe that came with age.
And did you see when they were walking into the church and it was David Beckham and
oh my gosh,
he kissed him on the mouth.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yes, but I did see David Beckham laugh.
There's this crazy guy on the internet who he said, "Oh, he kissed him on the mouth like that," and then he said, "Oh my God, he licked it."
Oh, gross. That is so gross. He did not.
But he licked his lips.
At one point, David Beckham laughed when the preacher was going off. And it was a nice laugh because I could tell he was laughing like, oh my gosh, the queen must be bugging out. Like that's what he was thinking. And he just kind of smiled. I wonder what she was thinking.
How old is she now?
95 or so, maybe.
I'm telling you, that family, they're 92. Yeah. Their lifespan is just so long.
Yeah.
I wonder how
it must be all the sport. all the sport.
Oh, the fresh air. The fresh air and trudging through the moors in Scotland.
Totally.
Cold water showers.
I could get into that. I could get into wearing my wellies and going around the countryside, my wellies.
With your kilt on.
Yeah, and getting into horses.
You'd be really into it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
I wonder if Megan's going to be into that.
Yeah, she's going to get into horses and.
Why did you say horses?
I don't know. It's just how you say it. Yeah.
Is that how the British sound? Like horses?
Yeah, horses and your wellies.
I'm Wellington boots.
Yeah.
Here in America, it's like pass your rubbers.
Right.
Rubbers?
You know.
I got put a condom on my feet.
I'm telling you, those things are good.
No, but the Queen was given. I wonder what the Queen was thinking when because she was looking at Meghan hard.
I think she's just like, look, I'm 95, people. I've done all I can do. Just,
leave me the hell
She's
alone.
just done.
Marry who the hell you want.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then, they went through it with Diana, forcing Charles to marry Camilla. So they don't want to make that mistake again. But I have, I think Meghan needs to be very careful, though. Today at the garden party, everyone should look at this. When she was leaving the garden party, she turns around and her and Harry are walking together and she puts her hand on his back. And the way she's walking is very like catwalk. Like you got to look at it. If you look at it, it's very obvious. She has to be very careful to not act, to not be so like, she just like Kate's very like formal,
right?
But she's not acting. You could, you know what I mean?
But you got to remember this is all new.
Right.
So,
but she can't bring too much Hollywood in there. It's not going to go over too well.
I think she's just going to have to find her way.
Yeah.
She's going to have to screw up. I thought he was about to say she, put her hand on his butt.
No, she put her hand. She does that a lot too. She puts her hand on his back, which I think seems sort of maternal. Like the papers were writing about that.
And
like she's in charge or something. I don't, which is weird because that I'm talking like this because she's a feminist, so it shouldn't be she's in charge or he's in charge.
Right.
But I don't know. There's a couple things she's going to have to do. She's going to have to find a way to marry her feminist ideals with the tradition of the royal family.
Well, she has to find herself.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. She's going to have to find her voice and like, she's just going to have to, it's a lot to learn. I mean, how long has she been in that royal house now? How long has she been?
Probably a year.
Is it Kensington? Where is she living?
Kensington Palace.
Yeah, Kensington Palace. So she's been living there. She's probably doing royal classes.
Yeah, they do. They etiquette classes. She knows who to curtsy to. Like, there are a couple of things I know. Like, people have to curtsy to her, most of the royal family, when she's in the presence of Harry because of his rank. But when she's alone, they don't have to curtsy to her. So she's like learning all that sort of stuff. I think she probably would have to curtsy to the little girl and the boy.
Who's Charlotte?
Yeah, unless in the family, maybe they're like from a rule standpoint for sure, but hopefully in the family they're like, look, they're little kids, like let's not start this right now. But yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant, and on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
Are you feeling unhappy with your body, shape, or size? Ever feel out of control with food? I'm Elizabeth Tripp, your host of Nourish the Soul. Join me to uncover the root to these imbalances and discover a permanent solution to living a healthy life. Join us every Wednesday at my new time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on talkradio.nyc.
TalkingAlternative.com.
So this is Noreen Sumter, and we're in the last segment of Beyond Potential, Live Life Your Way. And I'm here with Ella Butler, and we're talking about the royal wedding and amongst other things. You were saying we were saying that she had to curtsy to the kid, possibly.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have any ranking. She only has ranking when she's with him.
Right.
Right. And so when he's around
to the rest of the royal family, right.
And so I guess she's on the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah.
She's never in line for the throne.
Like, no. Right. I mean, if she was, I don't think he would have married her.
Do you think Prince Charles is ever going to get to
they would
throne?
never have allowed it? I mean, I think so. Hopefully the queen lives forever, but yeah, I think he'll probably be king. I mean, what do I know?
For a little king for a day.
Yeah, king for a day. He looks healthy as a horse, though.
Yeah, king for a day. But anyway, I never really thought much of Queen Elizabeth. I just never really thought much of it. But after watching her, her life and her history and what she actually devoted herself to Queen and country, I have huge respect for that woman.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah,
because she had to be selfless in that. I don't know. It must have been. I mean, yes, they have all this money and they travel around the world and stuff like that, but the eyes are upon them. Right.
And she's all about service. I mean, like for real service to country. And she became queen right after World War II.
Mm-hmm. And she was a young girl.
Yeah.
So she had to get stuck in.
Right. And remember, she wasn't supposed to be queen.
No.
Right. It's because
her uncle
abdicated. Right.
Yeah, so I do have
to marry the other American, Wallace Simpson, and that's when her dad then became king, and put her in line to the throne.
Because he died of cancer.
Yeah,
lung cancer, because he smoked like a fiend.
Like a fiend.
And I watched, on the Crown how they did that surgery in the castle. Oh God, it looked barbaric.
Really?
It looked really barbaric. But I say congratulations to her. Do the best that she can.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of learning to do. These people are born into royalty. She has arrived in by marrying. And so she has a lot to learn, and she has to find her voice inside of that family, and she better not screw up. Otherwise she will be going to another tunnel.
Right.
I shouldn't say that. That's a conspiracy.
But yeah. Oh, that is a conspiracy.
As they say,
Yeah.
But
I don't know. We'll see how she does. But she's an actress. Not that she's acting, but I mean, she's, performed her entire life. So I think she can fill the role, because it is a role, right? It's a role. They're acting kind of, right?
And what about her best? I was reading, and I don't remember the name of her best friend, but she was saying that
Jessica Mulroney.
Yeah, she couldn't get any of the designers to support her and give her a look.
That she couldn't get anyone to support her, Jessica Mulroney. Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. She said that she made a few calls based upon news. I don't know if it's fake or otherwise, but she said she made a few calls to designers to help dress her. Nobody would dress, and it was some company that she got a vintage. The dress that she was wearing is a vintage, I think 1930s. That's a fly dress.
Ooh, there was that blue, that purple, that bluish color.
No, I think it was the orangey color.
Oh,
yeah, it was an orangey color. But did you see those three or four women that walked down? They looked like they came out of the 1930s.
No,
that's how it looked to me. There was like different color dresses, and they were actresses, of course.
Oh yeah, it was Priyanka Chopra, right? Jessica Mulroney and Nisha Nunu, the best friend.
Right? Did you see? Right? Did you see that look? I like the way they
all looked
down
fantastic.
What was David Beckham's wife wearing?
I kind of liked it, but I guess it looked a little funerally,
But what was with the arms?
Oh, the arms.
It was like cuffs here,
right?
But then she's like took out the seams here, pushed her arms through it, and just left the cuffs hanging. I was like, what?
It was a little severe, and she can be severe. I wish she'd smile more. I don't know.
Well, maybe she doesn't have anything to smile about.
Maybe not. But I mean, I liked the outfit from a structure design standpoint, but it wasn't
Look, you could wear that. She could wear that. I couldn't wear that. Right? No. It would I'd be like a sausage with my arms out.
Yeah, it was a little.
I didn't like that arms out business.
Right.
That was weird.
Yeah. Amal Clooney looked good.
Oh, she looked fabulous in that yellow dress.
She looked really striking. Yeah.
Well, she looks good.
Yeah, she does always look good.
Who else looked good there? People were talking about he had his girlfriends.
Oh, Chelsea Davy was there. Yeah.
I think that was fine. Don't you
Yeah,
think
I think that's
fine?
great.
I mean, he's not
dated
dating
the
her
person
anymore.
for
They're
7
friends,
years.
and I think that's fine. A lot of people are like, "Why is your ex there?"
Right.
Like,
And then people forget that. They dated for a long time, and thankfully, obviously they're friends, but they run in the same circles.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it would be kind of odd. Like they all run in the same circles and hang out constantly.
What do you feel about like Marco's? I mean, I know Marco's father was sick, so he couldn't come. But what about the rest of the family? Some people just got ousted. They didn't make the cut.
That's something I have an issue with. Like she cares, but I'm like, there wasn't one guy in your family who could have walked you down the aisle, or one uncle or one friend. I mean, I really believe that in a wedding, like if you're going to have a traditional wedding too, that you have to have some representation of yourself.
Absolutely.
And I mean, her mother was there,
But just her mother?
Yeah, it was just her mother, her only blood relative. I think that's odd.
That is really, really odd.
Yeah,
because at weddings you always have the crazy uncle.
Right.
You have to bring the whole kit and caboodle of your family, the crazy uncle, the drunken brother, or, the drug addicted brother. She had nobody.
Right. And I mean, let's face it, the royal family has its own problems. It's not like they're perfect, but they invite them. Like, they don't have a problem. So why is my family any different?
But I want to know who made the cut.
From her family?
Yeah.
Nobody, just the mother, just her actress friends and stuff. But like no blood relatives.
So, but who made that decision?
Probably her. I would think her. Because, I mean, for instance, she was an intern in Buenos Aires, and it's her father's brother was a diplomat and got her that internship.
Right.
So he was a good enough uncle to do that. What, you couldn't invite him to the wedding? Like, I do find it
You really
odd.
know a lot about this.
I do. But it's not only this I know about. I really am smart people. I read a lot of stuff, random things, I swear, not just this. But
she is smart.
I do. I just retain a lot of nonsense. My brother was on Jeopardy, so it runs in the family. We retain a lot of stuff. But so that uncle was good enough to get you an internship, and you were close enough at that time. Why couldn't he have been at the wedding? I think that's weird. That says something about you.
Yeah, that says something about you and your commitment to family.
Yeah, she's like,
that is strange.
She's like, bye, bitches, I'm royal. You know what I mean? And she's like, I'll see you when I see you on the other side. Yeah.
But do you think, like, if you didn't invite them to your family, do you think there's any chance of?
They're never seeing her ass again. Okay, she is done.
She lives as the one that she's like Cinderella. She married the royals, and we never saw her again.
No, she never.
And then she has a sister.
Yeah,
she's a half sister from her father.
Right. I don't see her making any trips to Podunk, Florida, to men fences anytime soon.
Is that where her sister's from?
Like, somewhere in Florida, Davidson, Florida, or something. I'm from Florida, so I'm not being mean.
Say that.
But yeah.
They and do you think they had any kind of relationship prior to?
I mean, I think my friend was saying,
or maybe it was just a relationship of convenience.
No, I think they had a relationship enough for her to go to her sister's graduation. My whole thing is, unless you have been abused, like by a family member, that's the only reason, you wouldn't invite someone. But for regular family stuff, you can't invite one or two people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be that bad. We all have families that are screwed up. But there's just something weird about it. I don't like that.
Because I didn't know why, Charles was walking her down the aisle. So I
just
Googled
met the
it.
guy.
Yeah, I Googled it. I was like, that's a bit strange. Bit strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, this has been like a really
But what are the takeaways here? They're having amazing sex.
Okay.
All the time.
All right.
They get to have
travel and cut ribbons all over the world.
Cut ribbons, right? They don't really have to really establish a real career. The career is just there. They can think of any cause they want, and like the cause and the organization just happens.
As long as they talk about it in a way that's neutral.
In a way that's neutral. Mental health bothers us all. Let's all help other people and talk, like that.
Let's all come together.
Right, exactly. And what else?
Let the ladies be eat cake and be free.
Right,
we can't talk about getting equal pay, and
they can't really dig into it, know.
So they're having great sex. They have the causes that they're standing for. They're cutting cake around the world. They're probably going glamping again.
They're glamping constantly. They're constantly glamping. They're going to Botswana. I need to glamp. Let's do it.
What else?
People curtsy to them. I'd be into it.
Oh,
I'd get a couple people to curtsy to me. I'm down.
I want to see the faux pas that she makes for the next year or so until she actually learns her role and the ropes.
Right.
Because she's going to be all over the Daily Mail.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Probably
I wonder
gonna-
if she can talk like a California person now. Like, can she say, yeah, totally? Can she just hang? She can't do that,
No,
right?
probably
No.
not.
Okay.
It will be inappropriate.
Like, yeah, because I'd be like,
She's probably going to have to learn to have a high pitch.
like today, like at one point they came out and they were standing, and I guess she was standing in the wrong place, and Camilla moved her, and I could just see me going, okay, what's going on here? Where do I go?
So how did Camilla move her though?
She just was like, it was really sweet. She just kind of like, she was like, come over here. You know what I mean?
Like,
guiding her in all the royal ways. I'd be like, okay, am I standing in the right place? I'd be all Ellen DeGeneres.
Can you imagine her and Lady Di together?
Oh, that would be fun. I can see them have like being misfits, fun misfits.
Totally. So, well, we've come to the end of the show. I just want to thank you again for coming on and giving us your royal information.
And please, I'm not a royal geek. I don't sit around and talk about this all the time. I have
no, she doesn't. She has things to do.
Okay,
and she has
your
work
idea.
to do.
Okay.
She doesn't. She's not cutting ribbons either,
yes.
even though she wishes she would.
Yes.
Yes, and she'd probably, if somebody offered her a job sitting around talking about the royals, she would take it.
I would take it.
Yes, if
I'm
the pay was
down.
right.
Yeah.
So, I just want to thank you for coming on the show and talking about royals. Good, and we'll do our royal wave.
Bye,
everybody. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So this is Noreen Sumter signing off from Beyond Potential. I hope you had as much fun digging into the royal stuff as we did. And I'll see you this time next week. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Let's royal wave out.
You're listening to the Talking Alternative Network.